salute me.
What's good, Boxer World? BLV back in the building. Hit you with another one, too. Came to talk to you about a couple of the fights that went down this particular weekend, Friday, Saturday night. A few other main events that I wanted to bring to you. And what stood out to me was it was actually a kind of a, what you would call a lightweight weekend to me, due to the fact that we had some of the second tier guys doing some good work, couple names getting together, and couple potentials that was on a few of these cards. And I just wanted to talk to you about them. So first guys up, we had Albright and we had this guy Ortiz, couple young fringe contenders for sure, a couple guys in the mid-teens as far as victories. And in this particular fight, I was looking at Albright definitely just take a step. He's been on a good run. Some of his power has been showing up in his last few fights. And in this one, he started off well. I thought he started off well in that first, second round. Jab coming to do work, stiff with it. And then he just kind of started using the jab as a range finder and not really sticking it. And that allowed Jermaine Ortiz, to open up with these speedy combinations where everything wasn't landing, but it was a big shot that was getting in and started looking real flashy, and he was getting some love from the fans. So, you know, big respect to the work he was able to do. But like I said, I particularly was expecting a little bit more from Albright, and I didn't get that. So maybe he can, you know, after the loss, because that's just, you know, I'm telling you what happened. Obviously, Ortiz got the win. He was the house fighter, so to speak, in this particular event on Showbox. I believe this boy is Puerto Rican, and he's from the Massachusetts area or Connecticut area. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. But he's cool. I don't know if he's that guy. I didn't see any real power from him. I seen good flashy speed, but then he actually started trying to box from the outside, and I'm gonna tell you why he started boxing from the outside. These are the moments in the fight where Albright actually had some good moments. He was catching the youngster Ortiz jumping in with those flashy combinations, and it was a short little right hand from the tall, rangy fighter that was actually affecting Ortiz. And if you looked at the fight, Ortiz actually started taking that boxing outside the ring, sliding side to side, just hands down. And I think he had some wind issues also. So there was some things that they could probably work on in camp. And I don't know, if you really want this guy to take a step up, he might be in trouble, man, because I didn't see the power from him. I didn't see the power turnover. So as you start stepping up, you're actually going to be fighting some of the bigger lightweights that are out there, the Haney's, the Ryan Garcias, and Albright is similar to, in that fashion, to being a bigger lightweight guy. So I'm not sure that Jermaine Ortiz is right there just yet. Not that he doesn't have the potential to get there, or near does Albright, Nair Albright. I think he has the potential to get there too, but they didn't really turn it over in this fight. It was a good fight all in all. But anyway, man, I ain't gonna stick on that one too long. Like I said, that was just a fight that really I was kind of keeping my eye on. That was on Showbox Friday night. This next fight we're gonna talk about, again, some more lightweights, some more guys that kind of had a moment in the shine. They both fought Haney recently, and that's Aldabayev and Linares. This fight went down over in Russia, and it was a good one, man. This one went 12. I think it was for some secondary title, so it was a 12-rounder, and Linares got stopped in the 12th. We've seen him stop in his past, but I don't think it was a lot of late fights where he got stopped. And he's been in some wars, so him getting stopped, it wasn't surprising to me. Him signing with a Russian promoter, so big shout out to the plug L Dub for that information. That was surprising. I think it was based to get this guy Aldabayev to fight and make it kind of easier for Aldabayev, and that's Zuar Aldabayev. I hope I'm pronouncing this dude's name correctly, but y'all know what it is on this channel. We try our best with these last names. But again, another lightweight contests and other guys trying to keep themselves in that category of being discussed for some of these champions. And again, putting him up in there against maybe possibly Loma in the future if he's able to get a victory against Kambosos, since it's looking like he's taking the lead in that contest. But on the flip side, Ryan Garcia could probably need a more of an international name, and let's see what he could do against a guy like that. Hopefully, Garcia keeps stacking these international names up, because big shout out to my guy Emmanuel Tagu getting that fight that's coming up April 9th, and we definitely gonna talk to y'all about that later. But getting back to this Linares Aldamayev fight, it was a great fight, man. Both of these guys had their moments. It was back and forth. And I think those extra couple rounds might have hurt Linares in the end, because if it was a 10-rounder, could have possibly been something that you could have linked Linares' way, because he did have great moments getting his combinations off, things like that. But those extra couple rounds, might have took the gas tank out of him, and his defense was very lackluster in the second half of the fight. So anyway, man, that's just my 1-2 on that particular fight. We're going to keep this review going. And the next fight up, let's talk about Khan Brook. The guy who I wanted to win won, and that was Brook. I did think Khan could win based on his boxing, but we know about his chin. So his chin, again, I think the weight didn't help him. He was too big to be able to move the way he's used to moving. The lighter he is, the better he was able to move. But these guys both were at the second half of their career, so guys aren't the fleetest of foot as they become older boxers. So I did like what I saw in camp, the movement that he was showing us in the clips and sharing with the public. So I thought he could box, stay out of trouble. And honestly, Brook looked at stern in his training, but he didn't look fluid. I didn't really think the footwork was there. And I thought he would have had a little trouble trying to catch Khan round after round after round. And actually on G5JeffTV.com, I tried to pick a slick KO from Khan, like a wear and tear KO, a TKO sort of stoppage late, just based on Khan's speed trying to get to Brook, but it didn't work out for me on my pick side. The fight was exciting. There's a conclusion to those two guys' grudge match, so hopefully, towards the future, these guys can come together and have good moments as far as for fans, and do signings and all of that stuff that the legendary fighters do. These guys won't have a bunch of animosity still brewing around them. And actually, at the end of the fight, it was good sportsmanship. They was able to kind of come together and speak in the middle of the ring. And big respect to Khan for going out on his feet, too. He didn't go out sleep. So, you know what I mean? He took some damage, and Brook was a stronger guy. And he was always been the bigger guy, so you expected him to possibly being able to get off and that power show up on the face of Khan, which it did. So big respect to both these two dudes that are obviously British legends and should be definitely going down in their Hall of Fame, if not Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm not sure, that can definitely be discussed, but as far as their side of the planet, they definitely gonna be Hall of Famers. Now, again, what's in the future? Maybe Brook got a couple fights at junior middleweight, possibly. You know what I mean? Maybe Tim Tszyu, Brook, maybe Brook, Charlo. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. You know what I'm saying? He looked as strong. He looked at like he has a little something left for us, especially if the bag right, because the bag motivates these veteran fighters. The bag definitely motivates these guys. So you give them some names like these two gentlemen I just forementioned, you might be able to get Brook back in there, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's the 1-2 on that particular fight and my reaction to results and whatnot. So we're going to move on, and we're going to slide and talk about this Dazan card. Now, this is the card I was really trying to pay attention to, and big shout out to G5 Jeff TV putting up that weigh-in situation going on with Jaime Munguia. But before we get into that, this co-main event, man, Oscar De La Hoya, man. You and Eddie, you guys is on a bad run hyping up some of these guys that's on your stable, talking too vigorously about these guys. Now, this dude, William Zapata, has got to be one of the worst southpaws I've seen in the last couple years of boxing. I mean, he is terribly slow, not defensive whatsoever. And this dude, De La Hoya, actually had the nerve to say this guy could beat Devin Haney right now? Man, are you smoking moon rocks, my dude? Like you tripping, De La Hoya. I know they be saying you on that booger sugar, but you on something that's twerking with your brain cells a little bit more than that booger sugar might do. You smoking like moon dust or something, bro. Like, this is ridiculous, homie. Like, this dude is not that good. He struggled against a true gatekeeper, this guy that he fought, 11 losses. I mean, come on, my guy, and you struggled. It was actually, it could have been considered a DQ because you hit the guy with a vicious body shot while he was on the ground, and that the ref wasn't there. He didn't admonish you after already admonishing you early in the round by taking a point for some of the dirtiness that happened. Because this guy Zapata got upset at the underdog fighter that he was fighting. I'm not even on Zapita. Y'all see his name up there on the screen. So anyway, it got chippy a little bit in there. So he got clipped. They called it a knockdown. Questionable, could have been called a slip. But after that, he got chippy. Kind of got aggressive though, which is good. He should have actually got this guy out in the first round if he was that good. If he was on that Haney-esque type of level, his power should have showed up way before that. This dude was a terrible boxer. He probably never should even got this fight. He's not on this level of this hyped up prospect of De La Hoya's. So anyways, Zapata did what he was supposed to do, but it was dirty. He was admonished early, like I said, in the knockdown round, in the stoppage round. But the way it's finished, you could have added a DQ on there. That would have helped. I know he's the house fighter, secondary house fighter at that. So they definitely keeping their eye on it. I don't know, man. It's just these type of things are bad for boxing, especially when you got these big name promoters hyping these garbage guys up. That goes back to Eddie Hearn doing it with this dude Felix Cash, who was garbage in his fight. The same thing with this dude William Zapata being hyped up by Oscar De La Hoya. Straight garbage. The worst southpaw I've seen in a minute. So these guys got to reconsider who they telling the public is that product. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, that's just my 1-2 on that fight. We're going to slide over to Jaime Munguia. And like I said, I spoke on his weighing issues and the way he was looking like he just came from a Sunday church session and the Holy Ghost had touched him. That was crazy. Like I said, big shout out to G5 Jeff TV putting up that clip. That was mad crazy. I didn't expect much from him. So again, on G5FTV.com, I'm looking for these crazy, trying to grab some points that are in the clouds and, jump up in the rankings. I picked the upset. I picked Ballard to come in, put the foot on the gas, and try to catch this dude in a bad position in what's going on with his fight camp, things like that, behind the scenes things that were going on with his trainer and things like that. So Ballard didn't do it. Ballard came out looking skittish. When he did let his hands go, he had a moment or two. You know what I mean? The fight didn't last that long, so he didn't have that many of those good moments. But got my guy. You saw the Toriano Johnson fight. You saw the pattern that you got to do for a volume puncher like this. Stay on top of him, smother his volume with your closeness, with killing the range for him. And he didn't do that, bro. He waited for Munguia to come to him. I understand your natural style is what you're comfortable with when you fighting, maybe a counter puncher, a guy like that. But when you want to take that step up and take this advancement forward, you got to be able to diversify your output and your game plan and attack boxing from different ways. So again, looking at tape, you should have seen what was successful against Munguia in the past, and that was obviously what my dude, big salute to him, Toriano Johnson, was able to do. Because again, before that fight was stopped with the uppercut that split his lip, it didn't rock him, it didn't have him wobble, it just cut his lip real bad. He was winning that fight. So I think Ballard and his team didn't coach Ballard up properly enough to really put the foot on the gas, stay close, put your head down, double jab your way inside, keep it chippy, and take advantage of him not being in the healthiest form. And they didn't do it, man. So I can't really salute Jaime Munguia, because your opponent worked right into what the outcome was. You know what I mean? He helped you. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if I can really say Munguia looked spectacular and looked ready for a major fight. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. I'm just spitballing and giving you my reaction. And, you know what I mean, the outlook of boxing and potential fights for a lot of these guys is probably still there, the way these promoters work. But none of these guys really looked outstanding to me. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Big shout out to the team, G5 Jeff TV, VP Shane. I'm gonna holler at y'all soon. Boxing First Vlog, I'm out.